Let's go.
What's poppin'? My ex, I wrought it. 2X of the mushroom chocolate. 2X on neck, I'm frostbit. Stay dressing, no balsamic. Got commas, Conde Garçonde. Cup got ice cubes like Compton. Chef Noble cooked me raw fish. Long beards, but the squad's not Amish. Just bosses, dropouts, and convicts. Wallets bigger than Chris Wallace. Dead presidents inside is haunted. Yellow tape where I'm from, stay cautious. Made mixtapes wearing shirts with the horses. It's been a minute since I give a fuck about a critic's opinion, but they keep on forgetting where the bars went. Old timers, damn.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Victor Stone Show. Hello, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If this is your first time here, comment below. So for today's topic that we're going to be discussing is DDG and Ruby Rose. So let's really talk about it. From reports that's being said here, even in the streets, it's been said that DDG and Ruby Rose are having a bit of a spat, right? And I'm not even sure if they're together or they split. But looking at the situation outside in, ladies and gentlemen, they need help. Meaning, why are we entertaining this? Like, seriously. For one, there's a lot of things we can learn from this situation from DDG and Ruby Rose. Because looking at the relationship, it has a lot of levels. So let's really talk about it. The first point I want to make out for is really DDG especially. And I want all my male listeners to listen and hear this well. Okay? Because, my man, he's been doing well for himself, and he went from being a YouTuber to now one of the biggest known rappers. And, shout out to Moonwalks and Calabasas, because, and I say that because here's what I'm getting at. And looking from his start to now and where he is, the level of consistency it took him to get where he is, and even now, I believe there's still yet to be seen from him, and because he's only getting started. And with that being said, I understand how it is when you play on a high level. People take notice of you, especially if no one knew you before. And with that being said, the first point I want to make is when you're at that high level, you have to be careful about the relationships you have around you. And number one, you yourself have to make a conscious decision. And I'm saying this to also my male listeners, and listen here. If you are not going to commit to a relationship, do not give the idea to this girl that you're going to be in a committed relationship with her. If you are, commit. If not, have an agreement saying, hey, look, it's not working out. I want to break up. Have that kind of talk. Don't just run and hide, because it looks so bad. Because, guys, this is what ruins careers. And even then, this ruins your character. And the thing about this, guys, our character is more important now than ever. Because, as you see, this is basically cancel culture. One word, like, oh, sponsorship's gone. Oh, movie deal gone. TV deal gone. Guys, we got to really start leveling up and building a better character, and even seeing the words and action going together, meaning we can't just say one thing and do another thing. And even then, looking at the history, meaning if you cannot handle, right, and I've seen this, and this is something that's been reported about DDG, and I really want him to hear this well. Like, seriously, if you cannot handle being in a relationship, meaning if you went from driving a Corolla, right, a Toyota Corolla 2001, and you just got yourself a Maserati, you had to have known the insurance was going to go up. I mean, you cannot be insecure about the guys hitting up your girl. Understand, if you're in a relationship, guys, it takes trust. The fact that you become insecure, it shows the lack of trust you may have for your girl. And you got to have an understanding is that if you are dating someone of high quality, and especially of the standard of beauty, which attracts other males, you're going to have to accept the fact that guys are going to hit her up. But even then, you're going to have to create the culture, or but yet create the trust between one another, that you guys will stay faithful to one another and not entertain any outside people. Because you just going, taking your girl's phone, running into the bathroom, and it's just like, and I'm just saying this is alleged, but from Ruby Rose's perspective situation, but has been pointing out in the past that he's been known to do this, especially with Kennedy. So like I said, but I'm just saying this from a male's perspective. If you are insecure and you cannot handle about your girl getting hit up about other guys, then you do not need to be in a relationship. And it really comes to my third point. Guys, we really have to establish that there is a line. And once that line has been drawn in the sand and crossed, you cannot go back. And that even means you yourself have to be disciplined. And that's something that we're really lacking, especially in this generation. Discipline. Meaning, look at this article. Okay? And if this is true, which I don't know, because I'm not in the room, nor I am not in their relationship. But with that being said, DDG, you have to say no. Hear me and hear me roar, right? And I want you to say it with me. No. Why? Because by you messing with this young lady who crossed a boundary, like seriously, this is really like messing up not just your character, your image, basically your persona. You're allowing women to know that it's okay. Because guys, whatever action that you allow, the woman will continue to push. And understand, if they continue to do that, they'll take no responsibility. Pretty soon, this is going to become a toxic relationship. And this is something we've seen with Flight React and his recent live stream. So I'm saying we got to be disciplined, and we got to really just draw that line and saying no. Meaning, even if that young lady that you're seeing, I don't care how hot she is, I don't care about the tot she got or even the bun she may be carrying. Once she crosses a line, it's cut off. It's cut it off. Because you don't need a person to do that, because that shows the amount of respect that person has for you. And what DDG needs to really do is really look forward in his life and not go back with Ruby Rose, so he himself can continue to grow, and not only as a person, but mature. Keyword mature. Right now, even though he may have a lot of money and the fame, yet what we're still seeing is a lack of immaturity. Like, that's what we're seeing, is a lack of maturity in his actions. And that's why I'm saying DDG can do way better. And as a brother to another brother, I'm saying this from my perspective, that you need to either move forward to grow, to become the man you can become, or make the decision to handle your business. But even then, the thing is, you need to really stop and really need to learn. You need to really put the focus on optimizing, all your forms of life, whether it be your career, your spirituality, your relationships, so that that seriously means you really gotta make conscious effort and decisions and becoming disciplined in those areas. Now, let's talk about Ruby Rose, and I want my female listeners to listen. Like, seriously, because you girls can really learn a lot from Ruby Rose, right? And understand this one. Ladies, you have a choice to stay and leave. Same as a guy has the choice to choose you to date you, choose you to marry you. You yourself have a choice to stay and leave. It's just like a job interview. Meaning, you can interview for the job and they can offer you the position, but you have the choice to walk out the door. You have a choice to quit. And I say that because Ruby, and I want you to really hear this, and I'm not bashing, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, if I was your friend, I would tell you this in person. If you stay, then you have to accept the person that DDG is now. Meaning you have to swallow the pride and your ego you have. And I don't want to hear this, brothers ain't it. Because if you do, I'm going to fire back with this.
Talking about niggas ain't shit. You need to get a handle on your motherfucking life and take some responsibility, bitch. What you mean to say is all the niggas you fuck with ain't shit. You need to figure out what it is about your pussy that keep attracting ain't shit niggas.
And that's the truth. Ruby, it's your choice in men. And ladies, and I ask you, and you have to really learn from this situation, because you can avoid the situation she's currently in if you see the signs, because the signs are always there. And you guys have to make that decision to either leave or stay. And by you accepting, you have to understand that the choice you choose to stay or leave, it has both the good and bad choices that comes with that decision. And number 2, Ruby Rose, you should never blame anyone from your lack of success. You shouldn't. And I say that because at the end of the day, you're the one in control of it. And this kind of reminds me of what my mentor used to say to me and my team, before our sales training in the morning. That there is no compensation plan for women and men for looking good. Because if there was, she said, I'll be a billionaire right now. And I want you to really let that sink in. There is no compensation plan that pays you to just look good. So with that, Ruby, you really got to put in the effort in being more intentional with your music. Because I really believe that if you put in the effort and the focus, like really focusing down like a laser, you can be literally the next female Drake. And that's if you focus and not get caught up in the drama, needing approval from other people. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is something we can really learn a lot from, these two. But more importantly, having accountability and helping one another. So please, drop a comment what you think, and especially, what are other solutions this couple can do and we can learn from to really take with us. And with that, we're going to end it here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
2X in the mushroom chocolate, 2X on neck, I'm frostbit. Stay dressing, no balsamic, got commas, Conde Garçon. Cup guys, cues like Conte. Chef Noble, cook me raw fish.